Welcome to the unboxing of yet another MiG-29 kit in 70-second scale. This time I want to show you the Trumpeter MiG-29 SMT, which was released in 2016 and consists of more than 150 parts. Here we can see the side view of the MiG and a short description of the SMT variant. It says here the upgrade increases the potential especially in air-to-ground mode 2.5 times. That's interesting. Let's have a look on the other side. Here we can find the armament for this kit. Despite the air-to-ground capabilities they described, there is only one type of anti-radiation missile included. The rest consists of air-to-air missiles and fuel tanks. Anyways, let's check what we get inside the box. That's a lot of plastic. Oh yeah, and additionally I got myself the Quinta Studio interior decal set to upgrade the cockpit. We'll also have a closer look on that. But as usual, let's begin with the manual. Here on the cover sheet we find basic instructions for assembly and decal application. And here an overview of the parts and decals. The assembly starts with the cockpit and front landing gear. Then you glue together the fuselage halves and air intakes. Continuing with the air brake, nose and engine nacelles. Those consist of 5 parts each. Finally you assemble the landing gear and canopy. Oh, and the kit even comes with a tow bar, that's a nice addition. And here we can find instructions for the armament and fuel tanks. There's a good variety of air-to-air missiles, but only one type of air-to-ground missile unfortunately. Alright, and here we find a nice overview of possible loadout options. You also get a separate page with painting and decal instructions for the weapons and fuel tanks. And here the guide for the MiG itself. There are only 2 options for Russian fulcrums in this splinter paint scheme. The only difference seems to be the tail number here, 20 or 21. I wish they would have included options for other air forces using the SMT, but never mind. Next up, the decals. You get 2 decal sheets and this first one has all kinds of small stencils on it. These will keep you busy for a while. And down here we find decals for the instruments. Those are alright, but I'm still glad that I bought these 3D decals from Quinta Studio. As you can see here, they are very detailed and, like the name suggests, are 3-dimensional. The packaging says that they are for the Svesta kit, but I'm quite sure they will also work on a Trumpeter kit. And here is a direct comparison to the Trumpeter decals. And now let's finally have a look on all those parts. That's a lot of plastic, but everything is protected from damage that way. Let's begin with the fuselage. The wings are already molded to it, which prevents any gaps. What we can already see is how well the upper and lower part fit together. And here the excellent surface detail in a close-up. That's quite impressive. Another sprue with the vertical stabilizers and over here the instrument panel. This cockpit section here doesn't have any details, but the Quinta 3D decals will make up for that. Moving on to this sprue with the elevators and air intakes. Furthermore the air brake, gear bay doors, and I think this is the tow bar. And parts for the landing gear and the fuel tank. Here you have a sprue with some small but quite detailed parts. And another cockpit top and 2 instrument panels. I assume these are for a twin-seater kit and not needed here. Then 2 identical sprues. Here you find the wheels and parts for the engine nacelles, which are a bit thick. More small parts and the ejection seat. So again we get 2 seats for a single seater, so one of them goes right into the spares box. Now to the armament. Again we get 2 of these sprues with the KH-31 pylons and the R-77. And even more air-to-air missiles on this sprue. Then again identical sprues, this time with more missiles, fuel tanks and the pylons. Look at all that detail, it's incredible. And the fuel tanks have raised detail, so the loadout of this kit is quite impressive. Now to the clear parts. First up we find some landing lights and the head-up display. Then even more separately packed clear parts. The first one contains the main canopy glass. No seam lines whatsoever and it's crystal clear. And in the other bag, the front canopy or windshield. And there you have it. That's a ton of packing material and plastic, but overall this kit is a big improvement to the Mr. Craft and even the ICM kit that I did unboxings for recently. I got one more Trumpeter MiG and a kit from Svesta, which I might do an unboxing for. So if you want to see that, subscribe and follow my other channels linked in the description. Thanks for watching and bye!